final 16 in Michigan. Welcome to the $25,000 added Ohio Open. It is the third day of the 4th U.S. Pro Billiard Series event, sponsored and presented by CueSports International and Predator. 60 players started out. We're trying to get down to the final 16th to go to stage 2 and go into a single elimination tournament. This event is being held in conjunction with the CueSports International League Ohio State Championships. We are in Roberts Center in Wilmington, Ohio. Game is 10 ball, 2 races to 4. Evan Lunda and Alex Kazakis. Lunda to win the break. And this is George Teache and Jeremy Jones in the booth, folks.
Yeah, George, should be a great match here. That's the break I like. Just that standard 10-ball break until it tells you something different. That seems to be, if you're paying attention, the one that's getting the best results on this table, at least.
And it's great results. Does that 2-ball does go by the 5?
Yeah, but can he
get
between the 4-10? Can he get between the 4-10 back? You know, one rail between the 9-10. That would be ideal. I think he can. Otherwise, he's got to go top inside and come around short side for the maybe side pocket.
Well, if he draws out of there, he brings it past the 10. He's got to go right between the 10 and the 9, and he's going into the side pocket. If he comes, this is a tough shot.
He's going to get a little friendly
rub
off the 3.
There you go. That's how you do it.
It's not bad.
I wonder if he even played that.
I doubt it. I think maybe into the rail, into the 10. Now he's really in a spot. Really, he's going off angle.
I wouldn't mind playing
draw
safety
off the 5
here. You could draw off the 5
and the 8, maybe. Oh, he's playing the safe. Good call there, George.
I was going to say, the way things are lined up, I might do just that, and he did it very well. Yeah,
he was. You know, even though he had a shot, really no future to get on the 8. I mean, excuse me, to get on the 3.
This is the 3rd round, 1-loss side match. So these guys are fighting for their tournament life. But one match after, they have to play one more match, and then they'll go into the final 16. So they really, well, when you're on the 1-loss side, you really want to win anyway. So
it looks like he's going to try and kick between the 3-10 and bend the ball. I thought he would hit maybe before the side and run it with spin and open the angle up.
Does he have to bend it?
Oh, yeah, definitely has to bend it between the 3-10. He does, and at a lighter speed. You know, not totally light, but see, and that's been a common mistake. You got to, you get really, you know, more than your pool room. You have to let up on it a little bit. Not let up, that's a bad way to put it. Hit it lighter, let's say, so the spin takes.
And you made that point several times, because when they go to hold it up, that ball's been sliding right off that rail, not grabbing.
Yeah, not arcing, right? Well, the thing is, you don't get much help from the spin on the rail part. So you almost exclusively have to use the bend to get at the ball, and the bend happens after it hits the rail, right, with the draw English.
Looks like he's coming between the 3 and the 4, and he's done it very, very well. Nice smooth stroke, great direction.
Well, Evan's a guy who's got a, high game, a lot of skills.
Doesn't play much rotation, but he says he's going to start playing more of it.
Yeah, he's, the last several years he's. This is maybe a little funny here, cueing. Can he draw this back like into the 10 and get a shot? I mean, otherwise, I'm not sure where he can go with the cue ball and produce a shot on the 5.
He's going to have to follow it and come down a little bit. Looks like he can get to the top rail.
Oh, I thought he was drawn into the 5, into the 10 here.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah, that's what it kind of looked like. He fouled the ball.
I thought he clipped the 10 ball with the cue. That's a foul. It's all ball fouls.
Yeah, I don't think Alex really had to call for the ref. I mean, we played many tournaments, all ball fouls, and no arguments. The players just give it up. So I think Alex was very concerned there for a moment. And
yeah, I thought I saw that 10 ball just barely move a little bit as he came up off that ball with his cue. Well, they have a 30-second shot clock, 30-second extension. Winner breaks, early 10s count, 10 on the break counts as a win, both.
Well, Kazakis, who's definitely a mention for the European Mosconi Cup team, that's for sure, with his big win in the Whirlpool Masters this year. And I was so happy to see him get that win after what most of us know happened a couple years ago, losing Hill to David Alcady in the final on that great long rail bank and a little controversial safety that Alex decided to play at that Hill spot. But I think most of the pool world very happy to see him get that win after that. You have to say he's one of the pre-tournament favorites.
Well, the way he's been playing lately, he's a favorite in any tournament he gets into. Pretty close. At an 805 Fargo to Evan Lunda's 745, you got 60 points difference.
Yeah, and that would
good look at him.
Come with
Evan
handicap, that would say something like, I forget what someone told me it was.
About 30 a game spot for about every 30 points. Pretty close.
Right.
Right about
and
there.
That seems like an impossibility.
To give Lunda 2 games on the wire.
Yeah.
In a race to 8.
I mean, not an impossibility.
But
he would gamble. He would
gamble with that.
Yeah.
He would gamble.
I don't play much anymore. I think I'm stepping up there myself. So I think at the higher levels, it's a little harder to rate that. Maybe it's a little bit just tighter, I guess. Maybe where it really adds up a little bit more with the amateurs.
Well, Fargo has three. They have a medium, a hot, medium, and mild, kind of, you might say. The hot usually is that 30 points per game. Medium is more like about 50 points per game, and I think the lightest is maybe just a little bit more than that. Not much. Pretty close to the same. Not much difference between the medium and the mild. Nice break here.
Yeah, and it's been that same break, the one that the guys would use with the template that's been the most successful. You can tell, like I was telling my roommate last night, that the thing about that break is not only does it seem like the best break, but you get shots when you make balls. Whereas the side rail break, you might try and think, okay, I'm really struggling to make a ball. Let me do this, let me do that. But they're not producing shots when they make.
You don't get a shot on the one.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the layouts are much more difficult.
Exactly.
So.
Well, you pointed out that when you break from the side, the balls have basically been ending up on the same side you break from.
Yeah, and that's been that forever in 10 ball. It's
Yep.
not something new, but I just think if you look at the value in the break, it's not only what looks like is making more balls, so that's first and foremost, right? Making balls on the break, that's the number one. But the second one is which one's producing runnable tables and shots after the break.
Well, both players have played a match prior to this. Alex Kazakis defeated Esteban Robles, and Evan Lunda defeated Shane Wolford. In fact, that was on the stream here. Lost to Mario He, and then he just beat Vicente Flores earlier today.
Yeah, 2 golden breaks in that match against Wolford.
Yes, he did.
Big shot here. He would love to have a little more cut on this. I know that sounds crazy, but that offers the cue ball movement a little easier. He's a little worried about not so much the combo, but what's going to happen after.
Well, that 4-ball should go towards the left-hand corner pocket.
Yeah.
As long as he makes the ball, he did not make the ball. And Mr. Lunda will be more than happy to take over from here with a shot on the 4. And the 6-5, they're all opened up pretty nice. So
kind of in between here. He can't quite, can he stay inside of it with inside and play the 5 on the side, or does he have to try and kill it above? I don't think 2 rails above the 5 is very offered.
I think just the one going across nice and soft. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so not the match that he wanted, or not the start of this match he wanted, that's for sure. A foul cueing here in game number 1. And then a pretty easy miss here in game number 2. The thing about Kazakis is he's labeled as one of the most consistent players You know, he's just a guy that keeps the cue ball on the string, doesn't make a lot of glaring mistakes.
Yeah, one of the few guys that can actually get pretty hot. I mean, didn't he beat Shane 9-0 in a match just recently?
That I'm not sure of. Yeah, he's ended up a little short here.
I seem to recall something about that.
This is funny. With high ball, can he get to the end rail, George? I don't think so. I think he's got to stun this off the side rail, end rail.
I like
up.
the draw here.
Yeah, this makes the ball maybe wobble, like I want to bobble out of the pocket. Yeah, just like that. When you cue it, it just wants to, the object ball sliding a little bit creates a little bit more bobble at the pocket.
Evan can't ask for much more than the 2 opportunities he's been presented with. After that, foul on the, what was it, 9-ball or 8-ball in the last game?
Yeah, he shooting the, I believe it was the 3 or 4 ball. He touched the 10 with his cue when he was cueing next to it.
Mm-hmm. Both players play with a Predator cue. Kazakis is sponsored by Predator. I'm not sure if Evan is. He's wearing a Predator patch, so possibly.
A lot of guys catch the second rail here. He cueing way down on the ball. Okay, he just wanted to draw it. I thought he had to cut it a little bit and run the ball, but good position, that's for sure, to tie this match.
Come up close to the side for the 10. Wants to be nice and close, not too far away, but not too close either. That's about perfect. After this 10-ball, we'll take a break and go to commercial break and be right back. Tied at 1. We are back at the Roberts Center in Wilmington, Ohio, with Evan Lunda to break, tied at 1 in the first set, race to 4.
Well, he's going to like this break off. Really dressed up on the 1 with the 2 near.
You just go ahead and cut this 1 ball and run into the 10 and come back for the 2 in the same pocket?
I think at a light speed and a hair of inside, he cannot hit the 10.
Oh, okay.
I think it's close. And even if you're going to hit the 10, you want to do it lightly and try and shave the 10 either coming out or coming in. That way you come up for the 2 ball. If you hit it hard sometimes, or firmer, let's say that, you'll deflect a little more, might get into the 10 kind of full and stop and hold the cue ball up. Now the one's up a little bit, so maybe he just barely catches the 10 coming out. I think he can. Now he's going to play into it on purpose. So watch, if he draws too much, hits it too thick. Yeah, and that's what I meant about with speed. With speed, you deflect more and you get behind the 10, and it stops right there and makes everything more difficult. So
that catch, I looked away. Did that catch the rail and stop there?
Yeah,
okay.
Because he tried to hit it with more speed. If he feathers the ball a little bit lighter, he may catch the 10 a little bit, but probably still escapes with the cue ball.
I thought he might catch the 10 ball going in and then come off of it because he's going to cut it real thin, and then come back for the pocket, same pocket. That's what I was thinking. That's why I asked. It looks like Kazakis did beat Shane 9-0 in the World Pool Masters.
Oh. Yeah. That's a possibility. Pretty natural to come around the 5. I don't know if that's going to get there.
Oh, boy. Well, too bad the 10's not off the rail a little bit more. He could shoot it.
Right.
That far away, though, I'm pretty sure he won't.
I don't know really what he's going to do now.
Well, he banks rather well. Does that ball bank cross side?
No.
No?
He's
too much?
way on top of it. I mean, maybe, I guess, but
I guess.
Cue ball hit about 5 or 6 rails doing that.
Yeah, and talking to Evan, he told me that one of his best finishes was second place at Derby City Banks.
Oh, yeah. Well, using all of that shot clock plus his extension. It looks like to me he's called the 10 ball on the side. He's going to try and nip draw the cue ball back.
John Lehman watching for a hit there.
Wow, what
a shot. What a shot.
It takes a lot of nerve to shoot a shot like that.
Well, because if he catches that point, the 10 ball's staying and you lost the game.
Yeah. Well,
so it's you or me shot, actually, yeah.
Yeah, you make it or miss it. Game over one way or another.
Yeah, we've got quite the field here in Wilmington, as we've had for every one of these Pro Billiard Series events. We had great field in Tucson, fantastic field in Las Vegas. There's Tyler Steyer. The young man next to him is a player too, I think.
Mickey Krause.
Is that Mickey Krause?
From Denmark.
And great field in Las Vegas, and also a good field in Michigan. Fargorate won in Arizona. Who won in Vegas?
Wu.
Wu.
Chinese Taipei.
That's right. And then, of course, Aloysius Yap won in Michigan.
And the funny thing about Wu is I don't know if I've ever really witnessed him play before, and then he comes through and he just played great. I mean, there's a few Wus I've seen play before, but I don't think that's one of them. It was very impressive, to say the least. And then from there, I didn't see him, I don't think, at the U.S. Open either.
And he just took off. I played Vegas and wasn't happy with his Predator finish, Royal 10 ball. Did he make the final 32 in the World 10 ball? I can tell you real quick. I've got it right here. Yeah, he did make the final 32. Actually, he whoa. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the diamond.
Yeah, he won the diamond.
Yep, he won the diamond. That's what I'm looking at. And this is Michigan.
He's called something, I believe. Trying to jam the one in, maybe.
Yeah, he didn't make the final 16 in the Predator World 10 ball. Oh.
Yeah, just trying to squeeze it in there. Now Kazakis trailing 2-1, and first real shot after a very unexpected miss in game number 2. So it looks like he's just leveling out here. Does he? I don't think he gets by the 6. So maybe he's going all the way back down towards the 5 with the cue ball here. It's the only path I can see with the top English. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It looked like he was going to end up behind the 6. Didn't look like he was going to get by it to me. Not a big deal these days, especially. And Alex very good with the jump cue, so almost has the rail first. I think he would rather have that maybe.
Almost has he.
Yeah.
And not quite.
That's what he's inspecting at the moment, but I think that it's a little touchy. Oh, well, he's going back to his playing cue.
Yeah, for you viewers out there, when the camera pans up and you can see the rest of the room in the background, which I love the way this lays out, you can really see the Ohio State Championships, the CueSports International BCA Pool League and the USA Pool League. You see all the teams here today, and you see a lot of people. He is going rail first, or is he jacking up and jumping?
No, he's going rail first. Watch out to catch it thick to the hole. Okay, he hit it nice.
Oh, nice shot.
He hit it nice and really smooth, and not getting much reward with the cue ball. Looks like he's got to go into the 8 a little bit, playing the 3 in the side. So I don't really see a scratch off the 8. Looks like he may go off the 8 and in. Now, if he can get full into the 8, that's what he would like, to roll this in and hit the 8 nice and heavy. He can't do that. He may come off the 8 and go into the 10. Not sure. Yeah, he decided now the 8's going to cause a problem, maybe.
It sure did. Is he going to go by?
Wow.
Oh, not quite, I don't think.
Pretty amazing.
You bump it, and that's why you don't bump balls.
Well, he couldn't do anything about it there,
right.
So pretty nice shot he made on the 2 rail first and land on that rail, and then just had to take his medicine on the 3, and medicine was a little sour with the 8 coming into play. Long ways to jump over this one, right? Object ball might fly off the table, actually. Yeah, anytime that's that long distance, you're getting a lot of power into it. Wow. He's going to give up an early win on the 410. Now with the strained knee or the sprained knee, Alex making John walk a little further, which is not so good to get that cue ball. Jeremy Sosay and Mika Eminen battling to get in that final 16 on the outer table. Shootout between Sharik Sayed and Tony Robles to get into that final 16. So a lot of drama here on Friday night.
Wait till you see the drama on Saturday. We are back at the Fargorate Ohio Open with Evan Lunda leading 2-1 over Alex, 3-1 over Alex Kazakis.
All right, watch out 10 ball. That ball's going to get out of the way. The 10 was sure tracking, I'll tell you.
It was going that way, wasn't it?
Looked like it.
Yeah, you can hit the 1, but I don't think you can make it, so.
No, but if he can hit a bunch of it, this would be a nice shot to bank it right towards the 3, go to the left side rail with a high left, and kill the cue ball right in the middle of the end rail. It's a shot. That middle of the end rail is a good place to find your cue ball a lot of times, you know. So.
And we saw a shot like this earlier, and
this
Justin
is better,
shot
though.
it. This is a little better than that.
Yeah, you know, he's not as straight on. Justin's
exactly.
was more in the middle of the table, right? So it's easier to get to the left side rail and dodge the scratch. Now he's cueing downward, so that tells me he can maybe see more of it.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep in mind that here is Evan Lunda leading 3-1. He's a 745 Fargo. And Alex Kazakis is an 805, so he's 60 points below him, but he's giving up a shot here. And if this man right here coming to the table gets going, my. Look out.
Watch outside pocket.
Oh, hello, it says.
Yeah, and he had to just level out, really, and take a little bit of a chance. No reason to really apply English. That would bring the 4-ball into play. I'm not sure, but just from knowing Tony a little bit, which is hard to tell wins and losses between Tony, but I think he may have advanced past Shark. So a couple nice wins the last couple rounds for Tony Robles, if that's the case.
Well, if he beat Shark in a shootout, he did something, because I was very impressed watching him shoot those spot shots.
Well, I think the shootouts are somewhat like what we talked about from day to day. People's game is changing, right? We saw Lee in the last really struggle, even though he got, you know.
Even though he won it.
Even though he won, and in his last one he played, exceptional in the shootout, right?
Yeah.
So, and Lee even commented a little bit that his nerves got a little higher.
Yes, he did. I talked to him outside, and that's exactly what he said. He said, a lot of pressure. And that's exactly what this format is designed to do, is bring out the pressure on these players and make it exciting for the spectators. Some players like it, some players not yet. Will they come around? Let's hope so.
No, that's real 50-ish there.
Well, the good thing about it is if you just cut it in, and actually for him, I think this is a good shot. He's a strong one-pocket player. And so he cuts this in, he's coming up on that 8.
Nice. All right, tip's coming up a little bit here. I wouldn't put a lot of spin on this. Even if I ran into the 10, it's not the end of the world. That's a little light as well. No way he would play on this side of it. I mean, you wouldn't normally, right? Yeah, well, that's almost the only way you can get snookered behind the 10.
Exactly. Well, with the 9 there, maybe he was scared of that scratch in the upper corner. Knows that it's there. But he's got a shot.
Well, he's got a good shot. Come up and down the table, have the 9 in the side, and in set number 1.
And this to win set number 1. And if you look at Fargo, it would be an upset, but being 60 points below him and beating him 4-1. But he hasn't done it yet. He's got 2 balls to go. Well, my mind just says he's going to do it.
He's looking pretty good.
Set number 1 goes to Evan Lunda over Alex Kazakis, 4-1. Racking the balls here and getting going right to set number 2 with no break. And we keep looking over to see if Tony Robles won the shootout over Sarek Syed. But we're not still 100% sure. Both players acting like maybe they won it. I can't tell by both. I see both of them, and I'm not sure. I haven't seen anyone throw his cue against the ground yet. So.
Well, you're not going to see that with those guys anyway.
Exactly. And they're still being very friendly. Nobody's punched anybody yet. I'm kidding, folks. I forget that I have a sense of humor that it's kind of hard to tell when I'm kidding.
Jeremy Sosay doing a lot of shooting over there against Mika Eminen.
Alex to break the balls in set number 2. Lunda broke first, which means Alex will break the second set. If it comes to a shootout, Lunda will shoot first if he chooses. That's his choice.
He missed those a little
Six
bit.
ball?
Not the square hit he wanted.
Well,
you take the kick here, maybe, George. It looks pretty good.
I believe so. And it kicks nice. If he catches the left rail and that ball comes down below the 10, the cue ball should stay up there.
That's right. And doesn't have a whole lot of balls to snooker him, but it's a very difficult rollout anyways. Pretty standard kick shot most of these guys will take on with a high ball, just a hair of left English. Doesn't have to put a lot of side spin on this one. Just a little bit.
Nice speed. Nice speed. Very well done. Same shot. I think you can kick behind
the 10's a little out there. I think
Is
he'll
it?
go 2 rails to get behind this here off the side rail, just left of the 6, I believe. A lot of left spin here. Great shot. Gave up a lot more of a shot than he deserved. Really nice hit there by Alex.
Do you know if Tony won or did Sharik win? Syed won? Syed won the shootout with Tony Robles, for you folks out there if you're wondering. Answers our question too.
I'll tell you what, if he can get out here, he's going to make the combo and push to 1 a little closer to the 2-3, which is a
he's got the great. Oh,
very messed up. No, he can go through it and bump it. Yeah.
I thought for a second he just got over too far.
Well, he can go by it if he wants and play
shoot
the
in the
safety,
side?
or play the safety. It's a little bit risky going into it. Now you don't want to go into it super light. You want a little separation from the cue ball and the 3. But I think if he cheats the pocket to the left a little bit, he gets into the 3 pretty easily. Oh, he tried to shoot it with a hair of spin, and it's going to cost him the cue ball, it looks like. Yeah, it was interesting. He shot it with right English. Right English seems like the opposite.
It goes away from it. Yeah, exactly. It goes away from the ball real quick. So it made that made bump into 3 ball a lot tougher. Maybe he did that so that he wouldn't hit it too thick and not chance getting behind it.
Yeah, I don't think too thick was the way the 1 laid was really an option.
Either.
Like,
Sure.
I don't think you could have hit the 3 that much in the face. You know, that's why I said make sure you don't baby it. That way you don't stay behind the 3. But other than that, I didn't really see an issue. I don't know if the 4 passes the 6. If the 4 doesn't pass the 6, he got a little funny here.
He's got to play it in the corner.
Yeah, but he's got to move the rock to do so.
Yeah, he
a little
does.
bit.
He really does. He's got to move it to the left, and he can't.
He's
He's
going
gotta
all the
move it.
way for the opposite side pocket, top inside, trying to get where the 4 on the 9. Now, if he ends up a hair short, he's got to track the cue ball up the table. Or if he ends up too long, watch out.
6, yeah.
Watch out. Wow, lucky to escape there.
Escape? I don't think he did.
Well, he's got at least a little bit of the 4. He may not be able to
Yeah.
make it, but he could be planted right behind the 6 there.
He could play to the corner.
Went
maybe.
a long ways for position there. He
Yes,
could have
he
just
did.
come off the rail and played the 4 in the lower left and been
Yeah,
fine.
that's what I thought.
And, you know,
That's exactly what I thought. That's where I thought he'd go.
to me, whenever I started to like not play very well, or let's start to falter, it was a lot of that, trying to get to the short pocket to make the ball because I was worried or whatever, right? You know, if you come off the rail and accept that shot in the lower corner, that kind of breeds confidence. And not only that, I think it was the right play anyways.
I agree. I didn't like coming all the way around for the 4 there. Now, if you could see that much, I don't know if I would have. Well, the 8 ball's down there, so you can't come around. You shot it in the corner.
Yeah, it was hard to come around.
It was tough. It was hard to come around. So I kind of have to agree with what he did. Actually, did a great job to get behind the 9.
Yeah, because I don't think he had a ton of options right there.
No, he didn't.
I'm not sure about this. The jump, he's, let's say, sizing up, but.
Well, close to the head rail up there. We're going to have a ball fly off the table here. I think I like the kick better.
I like the kick as well. I mean, I guess he feels like he can hit it. I don't think he's trying to cut it in.
I think he's trying to just bank it down table and stop the cue ball there. Yeah, I think he's trying. Whoa.
Yeah. But you know why he caught that ball is because he was trying to bank it back down table with control, and that's a hard thing to do on a jump shot, especially when you need to carry the cue ball over that first ball a decent little ways. So, you know, Evan, who is, like you said, a really good one-pocket player, he's already shown us a couple of nice kick shots. I thought he might really stick with the kick there.
I agree. I didn't like jumping that ball. I think it was just as easy to fly it off the table than it was to do what he did, much less execute the shot. That was tougher of the 3.
Looks like the man from Lebanon is playing really well over there, Bourgeois. Just made a so-so shot there on the 9, but I think he's in position to advance. Now Alex Kazakis back here trying to tie the second set.
You know, we've been going back and forth on this game. This is the first game of the second set.
No, it's the second game of this.
Is it?
I thought it was a. Oh no, you're right. Yeah. I thought Evan broke the. Okay, Kazakis broke this game. Excuse us. Excuse me.
We've got a lot going on, Jeremy.
Yeah.
We're going to have a timeout after this. We're going to have a commercial break after this rack is over. And Mr. Kazakis will be leading 1-0 in the second set. Has to win it to force the shootout. And we'll be right back. And welcome back, folks, from the little commercial break. For those of you listening out there in TV land and on YouTube, our 8 p.m. match will be Jeffrey DeLuna and Victor Zielinski. Meanwhile, Mr. Kazakis trying to get game number 2 and take set number 2. Raking the balls. Appears that he did not make a ball, but did not leave an offensive shot on the one. Now, he's quite the bank player, but I don't think he's going to take this one ball on.
I don't think it goes with the 7
With the
there.
7 there, yeah, exactly.
I may cut this. I mean, this is not pass cuttable for sure. I think anyways. Ball's cut pretty easy on the slick felt, so now I wouldn't throw it in. I would just naturally cut it. Looks like he's trying to hold underneath the 6.
I like coming 2 rails behind the 5-2-4 because the 6 ball kind of stops the 1 up there. He's going to keep the cue ball up on top and oops, left the jump shot. But where will the cue ball go after he jumps it as far as position? He might be able to get over to the right side and shoot the 2 ball to the upper left-hand corner.
I think it goes in the lower right.
It does if he can get back up. But if he jumps this, how's he going to get back up there?
Well, we'll see.
Well,
and this is kind of why I don't like the call shot rule. So much more luck in missing when you miss than there is at this level as far as fluking balls in. And so now Evan's got to like go up in the air. He's got to do a number of things and then try and call something. Very difficult, I think.
Yeah. Well, Evan is, I don't want to say close to home. He's from Michigan, so not too far away.
I don't know if he can even reach that with the extension like that.
Well, keep in mind that we do have a 30-second shot clock with a 30-second extension. He's called the 3 ball. He's kicking 1 rail at the 1-3 combo.
Yeah, well, he better hurry it up is all I can tell you. Yeah, that's...
Yeah. With that long extension, what else can go wrong, right?
Well...
Oh, look at this 2-10 combo.
Yeah, talked about it in match number 1, that Evan's pace around the table is kind of slowish.
I thought he
and it's something that he's going to have to change if he wants to continue to play tournaments with a shot clock.
Yep.
He just kind of meandered around a little bit trying to get this. Let me think a little bit. And that's just not going to get it done when you're playing with a shot clock.
And there's 6 tournaments I can think of coming up in 2022 that are all associated to the same format. Well, 5 tournaments associated to the same format, and then the Predator World 10 ball, which is actually a race to, was it 9? Or was it 8? It was 8.
10 in the final, final 16.
Well, now he's just got to get shape on this 2-10 combo, and he'll take a 2-0 lead. But it's got to get done first. Combos aren't easy. Good look at this. What do you the job laying ahead of him?
Yeah. Just, you know, you don't want to baby it, but just don't blast it kind of right in the medium.
Just hit it with a speed you're comfortable with. Cue ball. Two zero for Mr. Kazakis. Dangerous man if he gets loose and gets comfortable. John Lehman hobbling around the table with his knee that he twisted on that tile floor outside of the arena. One of the things you guys can't see on the screen, but there's a carpet in the arena, but on the outside it's tile, and I guess you might be able to say it's a little bit, it can get a little slippery. And he slipped and twisted his knee. Kazakis to break. Trying to get game number 3 in this Fargorate Ohio Open. Ball down. Position on the 1. Everything open.
Pretty much ball in hand position on this one ball.
Pretty much.
Not really any problems. A little work from the 4 to the 5. The first several. The 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 4 is it? It's made the 3 in the side, so this track's perfect with a little low left English to come. You know, you want to track nice and heavy on the 4 and get a little closer to it.
Things looking pretty optimistic for Mr. Kazakis. Keep in mind, folks, those early 10 balls are wins. 10 ball on the break is a win in this format. In the Predator World, 10 ball is not. It's spotted back up. Under WPA rules, it is not. But under the U.S. Pro Billiard Series events, it is a win. Both of them, on the break and the combos. On the combos, you just must call it. You can't call both balls at the same time. You just call the 10.
And I wonder what made the WPA change those rules of 10 ball.
It's a good question.
I wonder if they actually asked some players or just kind of came up with it themselves.
That was the question I was going to ask you. Do you think maybe they asked the players and the players wanted it that way? Some players, are real purists. They want to really differentiate the game from 9 ball.
Wow, you almost got hooked here.
Yeah. They say if you want to be able to slot the 9 ball in, the 10 ball in, then just play 9 ball. And so they want the pure rules that the 10 ball should be last.
Yeah, but the last thing's another add-on later on that the WPA came with. But the first one was the call shot itself. So
I'm like you. I like being able to play that 10 ball early. I don't know about the break. That doesn't really concern me. And I'll play it either way. It's hard to make the 10 on the break. We've seen how many? In the whole day, we'll see 3.
Yeah, the ref rack and
exactly.
That's up to. But if you're thinking about eliminating luck, originally it was. We'll be back shortly.
And we are back to the Fargorate Ohio Open in Wilmington, Ohio at the Roberts Center. And this ballroom is full of people at the Ohio State Championships in the BCA and USA Pool Leagues. 9 ball, straight in.
Yeah, that's the standard 10-ball break that most would use.
Nice shot on the 1. Wow.
Yeah, you got to stick to that, in my opinion.
This looks like we're well on our way to a shootout here.
Yep.
He
Now,
leads 3-0.
If he had a little more angle, he would just come back where the cue ball's at now, maybe 2 rails.
Can't he just draw the ball straight down towards the 7 with inside a little bit of low right?
Low left, you mean?
Low right.
Low right? No,
Yeah,
low
low
left.
right.
Low left. Right kills the ball.
Okay.
Left. See how it's got left English on it? Yeah.
Just like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's left English. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So-
you know, I'm left-handed, so I don't understand that terminology. I actually shoot that ball with a little low right, and depending on if you can get a thick hit on it and cheat the pocket a little bit, it works a little better than the left. But the left will, bring the ball down the rail. You can work it down.
Right.
It just depends how far it's off.
Well, big shot here. He's kind of cueing with a long bridge, little abnormal bridge. So, nice shot.
Got it down.
All right. So here with a little top right English, or middle right English, you might say. Just 2 rails to where the cue ball's at now. Now some draw off of this, right? Where speed's got to be better. I like dragging into it, or maybe a heavy right English myself.
I like a lot of left here and going 3 rails for the 4. Just
Really?
playing to the center of the table.
Going extra there though, George.
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm just more comfortable aiming the ball that way.
With the inside.
With the inside, because when he came within a diamond of the side pocket. If I'm within a diamond, I'm shaking, buddy, because I hate looking that stupid scratching in the side pocket, an obvious scratch.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, I'll give you a clue here, George. To play professional pool, you got to get over looking stupid, because it's going to happen.
It's going to. And you're right. You're absolutely right.
Can he get by the 8 here easily? I guess he can. And then with a little high left, get over to the side rail for the 7 and probably get us into a shootout.
Mm-hmm. And we just had one in the 5 p.m. match between Kang Lee and Justin Martin. I think this shootout here would be rather interesting. I'd have to favor Alex. I don't know why, but I just have to favor him.
I think so. I mean, I think you got to favor him just a hair anyways.
Mm-hmm. I like everything I've seen about Evan. But the shootout.
All right, don't overhit
Not
this
sure.
and pull it
Not
off the
sure.
rail. Nice shot. Very crisply struck.
I'm not sure if I'd favor either player.
Well, the shootout, that's the one thing about it. I think it was yesterday we talked about that it's an equalizer, right? I mean, that's just, it's an equalizer that you have to have somebody that's a little favorite, but also gives both players a chance to shoot to win the match.
Well, here's the great part, Jeremy, and get ready for this. This is going to be the first time. If we go to a shootout, we're not going to go to a commercial break. We're going to go right to it. So, folks out there, stay with us. We're going to a shootout. Both players won 4-1, 4-1. And we're going to go 4 innings, alternating sides, shooting from where the hand and the check mark are to the opposite corner pocket. At the end of 4 innings, the highest score wins. If they are tied, they back the cue ball up 1 diamond. So that green box on the side is only comes to the first diamond from the head rail. It's where they put the cue ball, and it is sudden death. Both players get to shoot once. He who makes it wins the match. If you miss, you're done. Here we go. And Lunda won the lag, so he will go first. He gets to choose sides to start off and the option of going first, which I don't think any player would or should decline.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
Yeah, that's pretty standard
in most sports, right?
Most sports,
you get in a spot like that, you want to go first. Okay.
Here's where the pressure kicks in, folks.
Yeah,
a little bit more than in the game.
Low outside like he did in that other shootout, right? A little more high ball, actually.
And he got it in there, 4-railed it in. But got it in. These are 4 and a quarter pockets, folks. So, and coming right into it, that 4 1/4 plays a little smaller because there's no slide off the rail. And with a little bit of humidity out there that's been added today since yesterday and the day before, the pockets are playing just a little bit tighter. And plus the use of the table on brand new cloth.
Pretty solid there.
Sure did. It looked pretty smooth. You know, in that last shootout, I put a dot when they miss on my scorecard, and I put a dot there because the ball wiggled. I caught myself just before there. We're tied at 1. Alternating sides. Both guys seem to be pretty settled with this spot shot. Let's see how settled they are if they go to a sudden death and move it back. But I'll tell you what gets hard is that number 4. If they're going to falter, that's where I've seen it go. Kazaki looks pretty solid with that shot.
Yeah, both of them look really good in round number 2.
Tied at 2. Interesting to see which one will bridge from the rail, whether it be the top rail or the side rail, if they back it up, if we get to go to the sudden death.
I don't think you'll see anyone anymore bridge from the side rail. Man, what a tough way to cue it. Yeah, it's going to be off the end rail, I believe. I was going to say, I'm looking kind of down the line, and the aiming told me he was a little thin.
Wow. Good catch. That little pan by the camera gave you an idea of how full this room is right now. And how the shootout has attracted some attention. Big shot here for Kazakis. A make puts a lot of pressure on Evan. He has to make his next one. And he sure does drain it. Well, as far as Evan is concerned, may as well be a sudden death. This is a gotta make. And you hate to see a player go down by missing this one shot, but it's all on him. No one else, no rolls got him, no bad break, no kiss shots. Nobody but you in this shot. And a great shot by Evan.
Yeah, nice pressure shot there by Mr. Lunda. Yeah. Had to have it.
Now we're tied. Actually, we're not tied.
No,
We're tied at 3, but
Yeah,
Alex gets to shoot.
He's got another swing at it.
He gets a swing here. Now you see how big that that miss plays in the race, in the 4-inning format.
Yeah.
It's almost like having 2 chances.
And it's so amazing to me that it's very consistent. Even when they make it, it seems like it should be a same, a mirrored path of the cue ball. But watch this cue ball come closer to the side. Oh, he hit it thick. But you see how much closer to the side they come from the right, it seems like. And Kazakis will move on. We're going to lose Evan Lunda, but we're going to have another match soon, so stay tuned, folks.